Hello, dear students. Welcome back to the online teletutoring education program. Today we'll be talking about algebraic expressions and identities, chapter 9 from class 8 textbook. It is on page number 137. Now, before we go into the lesson, let's talk about what an expression is. An expression can simply mean something that is, that you can see on my face, on your friend's face. An expression can be something that you display to someone. But here, when we talk about expressions in mathematics, we will be dealing with equations. Equations simply means, for example, if I take 2x plus 5, this will be called as an expression. Now, an expression consists of variables and numbers. Now, when you see an expression like this, 2x plus 5, these kind of expressions are called as algebraic expressions. So in short, when you talk about algebra, algebra is simply using symbols and signs and applying their operations. So we'll be discussing about this in detail as we go on. So let's look at the first topic. Our first topic will be relating to a new definition called term. Term. Now let us take the same example of 2x plus 5. Now when we talk about term in algebraic expressions, if you look at the example given here, 2x plus 5, the terms are 2x and 5. Okay, so now we can understand that terms can be any number or variable joined together by a multiplication sign. 2 into x. 2x simply means 2 into x. And these together they form a term. Plus we have 5. This 5 will also be called as a term. So term simply means the combination of variable and numbers which are separated by another variable and number or a simple number. Okay, so for example, let me write 5y plus 2. When we write 5y plus 2, we can say that 5y is the first term, 2 is your second term. Alright? So we have two terms here, 5y and 2. Now, let's move on to the next topic. The next topic is factor. Now, when we talk about factors, we have already been studying it in our previous classes. Factors simply means, for example, if I take 2 into 4, you are getting 8. Now, your factors here are 2 and 4 because you are multiplying these two numbers to get a product. Now, whatever numbers you multiply to get a product, they are called factors. So, here factors will be 2 and 4. Alright? So, let's take the same example of 2x plus 5. If you look at the first term, you will see the factors 2 and x. 2 into x. So your factors will be 2 and x. In the second term, you will see 5. Only 5 is given, so 5 is the only factor here. Alright? So this is all about term and factor. Lastly, we'll be learning about coefficient. Now we will take the same example again, 2x plus 5. Coefficient simply means the numerical factor only. Now please be careful here. In the previous topic, factor, we saw 2x as factors. Both of them were factors. But now when we talk about coefficient factors, these are simply the numerical factor, only numbers. Okay, So when you look at 2x, we will say that coefficient of x is 2. Coefficient of x is 2. Okay, so 2x in 2x, the coefficient of x is 2. All right, so this is all about numerical factors, coefficient, sorry, numerical coefficient. All right, so these are the three terms that we'll be talking about in the exercises. But before we go on, I would like to share we'd like to discuss some more topics. So let's look at the next topic. Now we'll be talking about certain terms called such as monomials, binomials, and trinomials, and polynomials. First is monomials, binomials, trinomials, and polynomials. Okay, so let's look at them one by one. The first one is monomial. Monomial simply is an expression with one term. Okay, let's look at the word mono. Mono means one, single. Okay, if you look at bino, it means two. Tri means three. All right, so it will go on like that. Monomial, we have only one term. That means we can take an example. 2x, this is one term, it is a monomial. We can take 3x square, still one term, so we will call it as monomial. So like this we can take any number of examples. One term, all right, one term with a variable. All right, the next are binomials. Bi means two. Bi means two. So here 2x plus 5. We have two terms here. 2x is one term, 5 is one term. We can write x plus y. X one term, y one term. You can write 5y plus x. So these are all the examples for binomials. Meaning binomials means you should have two terms. Monomials, one term. All right. So similarly, if you look at trinomial, tri means 3. So we will be writing, for example, x square plus x plus 2. We can simply write any equation. We can see that there are three terms, x square, x, and 2. So these type of expressions are called trinomials because they have three terms, x square, x, and 2. Similarly, you can take any example, y square plus y plus 1, or we can also take 4x squared. We can take any example. Alright, so you simply have to remember that trinomials have three terms, binomials two terms, and monomial one term. Alright, so this is about the three of them. Let's look at the last one, polynomial. Polynomial is a combination of all the above. Monomial, binomial, trinomial. Okay, that means monomial can be one or more than one term. One or more than one term. So a polynomial can have even 4 terms, 5 terms, 6 terms, 1 term. All right. So for example, a polynomial can be 2x. It can be a polynomial. This 2x plus 5 can be a polynomial. The same for trinomial. X squared plus x plus 2. This can also be a polynomial. And we can also go further. X cubed plus x squared plus x plus 1. For example, this can also be a polynomial. Here you can see that there are 4 terms. X cubed, x squared, x, and 1. So a polynomial has no restrictions. It can have a number of terms. Okay. So these are all about monomial, binomial, trinomial, and polynomial. Let's look at the next topic. Now we will discuss about like terms and unlike terms. As the word suggests, like, unlike means same and not same, right? In simple words, for example, let's talk about 2x and 7x. When we talk about 2x and 7x, we can see here in these two terms that x is common. X is common. So they can be called as like terms. Alright? 2x and 7x. Since they have x as common, both of them are like terms. For example, if I change something here, 2x and 7y. Now, 2x and 7y, x and y are different variables. So they are unlike terms. Example of like terms can be 2x, 3x, 5x, 7x. Alright? These are like terms. Unlike terms can be, any 2x, 7y, 3y, all these different terms, 3xy, all these terms are different from each other. So they are unlike terms. Like terms simply means equal, same variables, common variables, or and unlike term means different variables. Alright? So this is the difference. They have same variables and different variables. So like terms and unlike terms, we'll be coming across this in the exercise. You will tend to understand better as we do the exercises. So let's move on to the next topic. Before we go on to the next topic, let me just explain a little more about like and unlike terms. We have already seen that 2x and 7x are like terms. Alright? Now, what if 2x and 7xy? What are they like terms? You can see x here, you can see x here. But you don't have a y over here. 2x, you simply have 2x. And in 7xy, we can see y here. So, they cannot be like terms because y is missing in the first term. Okay, there's no y here. So to be a like term, the variable should be same. X, xy, they are not like terms. But when it comes to x and x, 2x, 7x, they are like terms. Okay, so for the next topics, we have to understand like terms and unlike terms very properly so that you can arrange them. Now let's look at the next topic. The next topic is about simple addition and subtraction. But we have been adding numbers, subtracting numbers, but here we will be adding and subtracting variables, constants, numbers. Okay, so let's look at the first one, addition. Addition of algebraic expressions. Just write it short. Now this addition of algebraic expressions simply means adding two algebraic expressions. Meaning, for example, if I take 2x plus 7x. Now we can add these two terms very easily because in the first equation we have only 2x. In the second part we have only 7x. So we can directly check. First check if the variables are same. X, x, both of them are same. So since variables cannot be added, we will write common x for both of them. And now if you look at the coefficients, we have already learned these numbers are coefficients of x. So if you look at this, we can understand that 2 and 7 are the coefficients of x. So if you look at the numbers, you simply have to add them. 2 plus 7 is 9. So when you add algebraic expressions, you will get, you will have to add the numbers, coefficients differently, and the same like variables will be kept constant, taken as common. Okay. The next part we will be learning about is addition of a bigger expression. For example, if I take an example from the textbook. I'll just take an example from the textbook. Alright. 7x squared minus 4x plus 5 plus, now they have given us like this, plus 9x minus 10. These are two separate expressions. Now we have to add them. So to add them, I have to arrange these two in column. Okay, column. So that 9x minus 10 will come here. 9x minus 10. Alright. Now, when you add them, you simply have to arrange the constants together, the numbers together, the same like terms together, and whatever is not there, you simply have to leave it as it is. Okay. Now you will simply look at the signs first. Minus and plus. When you bring together minus and plus, you have to subtract, right? Subtract means 10 minus 5 will give you 5. Now look at the numbers. Which one is bigger? 10 is bigger. So the sign of 10 is minus, so your sign here will automatically become minus. So your answer will be minus 5. Now if you look at the next term, minus 4x plus 9x. So if you look at them, minus and plus, so you will have to subtract them. 9 minus 4 will give you 5. X will remain as it is. And if you look at the numbers, 9 is bigger. No sign is given here, means it is plus. So since 9 is plus, the answer will also be plus. For the last term, 7x squared, there is no number to add with. So you will simply bring it down and write it as it is. So this is how you will be adding algebraic expressions. The next will be about subtracting. Subtraction of algebraic expressions. So to understand this better, let's look at another example from the textbook. To make it easier, let's look at the example number 2 on page number 139. It is given as subtract 5x squared minus 4y squared plus 6y minus 3 from 7x squared minus 4xy plus 8y squared plus 5 minus 3y. Now if you look at this question, we can see that they are not in order. See, here 5x squared, here okay, the second term 5x squared. If you look at the next term in the first expression, 4 minus 4y squared. But in the second expression, we can see minus 4x. That means they are not like terms. So it is our job to arrange. So first you will write the second expression, 7x squared minus 4x plus 8y squared plus 5x minus 3y. Now we have to subtract this. So 5x squared will be as it is, minus 4y squared. If you look in the first expression, you can see that the y squared is here, so you will write 4y squared along with the sign, minus 4y squared below the 4y squared, below the 8y squared, sorry. And if you look at the second term, plus 6y, we have to search where 6y is. Y is at the last, so we will write plus 6y. And finally, minus 3. There is no constant in the first expression, so I will write it separately. Now please keep in mind that in subtraction, the signs will change. The signs below will change. So here it is plus, so minus in the plus will become minus. Here it is minus, so if it is minus, it will become plus. Plus, so it will become minus. Minus, it will become plus. Alright? In subtraction, minus in the plus will become minus. Minus in the minus, plus. Minus in the plus, minus. Minus in the minus, plus. Alright? So this is how you will go about. So starting with the last number, 3, plus 3. It is the only number here, so we will simply write plus 3. If you look at the second term, minus 3y, minus 3y. Both are minus, so we will add them. So 6 plus 3 is 9. Y will remain as it is. Both of them are minus, so we will write it as minus 9y. If you come to the next term, it is plus 5x. This is the only number term given here, so we will simply write plus 5x. Coming to the other term, if you look at the signs, both of them are plus now. So you will add them. 8 plus 4 is 12. Y square will remain as it is. And since both of them are plus, you will write plus. Coming to the next term, minus 4x. No other term to subtract with, so we will simply write minus 4x. Coming to the last term, 7, one is plus, one is minus, so we will subtract them. So 7 minus 5 is 2x squared. 7 is the bigger number and it is plus, so we will write plus 2x squared. So this is an example of how you will subtract. We will be learning more about addition and subtraction in the exercises. So with this we will conclude here and we will begin with the exercises in the next class. See you soon. Take care.